Sports.
We are the Fourth. We are Minnesota.
For 25 years, your home for Minnesota Twins baseball.
Last night, the Twins reminded their fans what a win feels like here at Target Field. Tonight, they'll go for 2 in a row at home for the first time in over a month. The Twins have played very well against the AL West all season, but tonight they face the division leaders for the first time, the Oakland A's, with a 2-game lead over the Rangers as we enter the final 3 weeks of the season. It is an exciting time for teams' independent race, but for the rest of the teams on the outside looking in, like the Minnesota Twins, it's a chance to play spoiler in September. And if you take a look at the remaining schedule for the Minnesota Twins, they've got 20 games left in the season, 17 of which come against teams fighting for a spot in the postseason. And while the Twins will have to wait another year to chase the pennant, they're not going to go easy on any of the contenders they face these next few weeks.
You definitely want to go and compete against them. It's very important. They've got a lot riding, and we know that. And if we can hurt their feelings a little bit, we've got some kids, a lot of kids in the lineup that are trying to prove their weight around here. So there's a lot at stake for both teams. Us trying to prove that we, are going to get better, and those guys, like I said, are in a heck of a pennant race.
As Gardy said, you still want to compete no matter what time of year or who the opponent is, especially here at home. The Twins stopped a 10-game skid at Target Field with a win last night. When we come back, Dick and Bert will have more on the Twins turning things around.
Is presented by Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. and by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some Buds.
Last night, the Twins ended a long home losing streak, and fittingly, it was the bullpen that was responsible for the Twins' win. 4 1/3 innings of scoreless relief, and just about everybody who's been with the team all year long contributed in one way, shape, or form as the Twins finally won a ball game at home, and now tonight they'll try to make it 2 in a row. It's the opening game of a series against the Oakland A's, and we welcome you to Target Field. Dick Kramer, Bert Blyleven with you for the opening game. And as the Twins move through the final 3 weeks of the season, what they're looking for individually and collectively is a strong finish, and Trevor Plouffe looks like he's doing his part.
Yeah, Trevor Plouffe getting his batting average up to 250. Why? Well, over the last 7 games, he's hitting well over 400, 467, and driving in some runs. But you go further than that. Over the last 21 ball games, he's hitting 329. So Trevor Plouffe trying to finish the season strong.
Well, the Twins have a tough task ahead of them. A lot of the teams that they're playing in the final 3 weeks, contending teams in the American League, including the Oakland A's, who've ridden a very strong pitching staff to the top of the American League West, and Jared Parker has been the main reason why.
Well, it seems like every time Oakland is in this position late in the season, you have to look at their young starters. Parker, he started off not the way he wanted to after winning 13 games last year. First 10 starts, 2-6, very high ERA, but boy, has he been one hot pitcher over his last 18 outings. He's 9-0.
Twins will send Liam Hendricks out to the mound. A couple starts ago, he outpitched Yu Darvish. He'll try to outpitch Jared Parker as the Twins and A's meet for the first time this year. Coming up next. This is your announcer speaking. Have dominated the American League West. Their first meeting with the Oakland A's, and Josmil Pinto back behind the plate. He's been a hitting sensation for the Twins since he was called up from Rochester. Bob Melvin has done a great job again this year with the A's, unlike last year when they got off to a slow start and really were red hot in the second half of the year. They've had a winning month every month this year. It's just been steady, excellent baseball for the A's. Here's their Menards batting order. Coco Crisp followed by Josh Donaldson, Jed Lowry, Brandon Moss, Yoenis Cespedes, Alberto Callaspo, Derek Barton, Stephen Vogt, and Eric Sogard.
And it'll be Liam Hendricks on the mound here tonight, looking for his second win on the year. And also making his first start this season here at Target Field, where he would like to get a win. In 11 career starts here at Target Field, he's 0-6 with a 4.64 ERA, making his second career start against the Oakland A's.
Northland Ford defense for the Minnesota Twins. Josh Willingham back out in left field. Alex Presley in center. Oswaldo Arcia in right. Blue Florimone, Dozier, and Parmelee the infielders, with Pinto behind the plate. Chris Parmelee giving Chris Colabello a bit of a break. Colabello for the final weeks of August and into September, the only first baseman on the roster, I guess, after the Morneau trade. Parmelee, who spent more time at first base than in the outfield, playing the infield here in the first game between Oakland and Minnesota.
Yeah, Chris Thome down in AAA. He played about half and half first base, half in right field down in Rochester.
Coco Crisp to lead things off for the A's. A's coming into this game winning 8 of their last 10. Second best record in the American League to the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, 12 wins over their last 16 ball games, and they're playing good baseball. They have been here before. They know it's the Texas Rangers that they have to stay ahead of.
They moved ahead of them a couple of days ago. Strike one to Crisp. Last year they didn't move ahead of them till the very end of the season. Pushed the Rangers into the wild card game. They lost that, and the team that had been leading the West almost all year long played one playoff game, and then they were out. Pitches up 1-1.
Oh, Liam Hendriks not overpowering. He has to get ahead with that fastball and then mix in his other pitches, a changeup, curveball, and a slider. His last start against the Oakland A's in Oakland last year in August, he ended up losing that ball game 5-1.
Outside 2-1. And Hendriks, who came up with an impressive win in Texas against the Rangers, his mound opponent, Yu Darvish, and the Twins were hoping he would build off of that, but then had a stumbling start against the Houston Astros in his next start. Popped up short center field. Dozier out, and it's Presley with the catch, 1 away. And that'll bring up Josh Donaldson.
A lot of positives have to happen for you to be where you're at. For the Oakland A's, it might be this guy right here, Josh Donaldson. He is having an outstanding year.
At the plate and in the field, he is considered already to be one of the better fielding third basemen in the game. And you saw his offensive numbers, just under 300, with power and a run producer.
A former catcher for the Oakland A's, now playing third. When Scott Sizemore got injured, he ended up playing third, and he's kind of taken that position away from everybody else. You can see what he's been able to do over the last 3 games. 6 hits and 13 at-bats.
About 10 years ago, Brandon Inge went out from behind the plate to third base and was a very good defensive third baseman and had his moments at the plate, but he didn't make the transition as easily as Donaldson has. It's almost as if the A's have gotten from Donaldson at his new position what the Royals got from Alex Gordon a couple of years ago when they moved him to the outfield.
Yeah, A's had the off day yesterday as they flew into Minnesota. On Sunday, Donaldson did not play, bothered a little bit by a quad injury. And Bob Melvin feeling that Sunday off and then yesterday's off day would prepare him to be ready here tonight, and he's in the lineup.
1-2. And a strikeout. Round number 2 of the first.
Good location right there by Liam. Good fastball down and away. After a couple pitches inside, goes with that good fastball.
Donaldson hasn't hit nearly 300 with swings like that this year. 2 down, and that'll bring up Jed Lowry.
This is another guy having a very solid season. A switch hitter. As a left-handed hitter hitting .281, as a right-handed hitter hitting over 300 in his first season with Oakland, coming over from the Houston Astros.
Down and away, 2-0.
Lowry with 42 doubles on the year. Only Machado of the Baltimore Orioles has more with 49.
To center. Right at Presley. 11 pitches and a crisp 1-2-3 first inning for Liam Hendricks. Customer, though, on the mound, Jared Parker of the Oakland A's. Alex Presley will lead off the Menard batting order. Osmeal Pinto batting second. Brian Dozier, Oswaldo Arcia, Ryan Doman, Josh Willingham, Trevor Plouffe, Chris Parmelee, and Pedro Florimon.
And Jared Parker on the mound looking for his 12th win. 11-6 on the year, but he has not lost a major league game since May 22nd in Texas. Over his last 18 starts, 9-0 with a 2.59 earned run average.
The A's out in the field. Quite as proficient as the Twins have been. Cespedes in left, Crispin center, Moss in right. Donaldson's very good at third base. Sogard, Callasmo up the middle. Derek Barton, a good fielding first baseman, and Vogt the catcher. Presley, Pinto, and Dozier to get things started. It's incredible that the Twins haven't faced the A's. There are only 20 games left, and now 7 of the last 20 will be played against a team they haven't seen before.
You know what? They can be a spoiler. They can help the Texas Rangers out by playing good baseball. One thing, Dick, there's a fastball right there for Parker. He's not overpowering. Great changeup. Great changeup. Also mixing a breaking ball. But 7 out of the 20 ball games, you know, against the Oakland A's, Twins might have something to say about who wins that Western Division.
One way or the other, they certainly will. One strike to Presley, and up around the hands, a ball 1-1. See yet another pitcher that often pitches from the stretch, even though there's nobody on base. This one punched into left, a base hit. Presley drops a single in the left there in the first inning.
Yeah, a rare 0 for 5 yesterday for Alex Presley, and he starts this ball game off with a hit.
Osmeal Pinto's been quite a story since he was brought up. 7 games, 13 hits, 6 extra base hits, and this is the thing that's really impressive to me, Bert. We talked about it last night. He's only struck out twice.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable at the plate no matter who's pitching on that mound. And yesterday's ball game, 3 big doubles in the Twins win over the Angels.
He's used the whole field. He's had, you know, what Ron Coomer and other hitters talk about, a desirable thing to have a 2-strike approach. Put the ball in play. Something good might happen, and it's the type of approach you'd like to see up and down your batting order.
You know, one thing I have noticed, though, he seems to be getting into nice hitters counts, too. A lot of the hits have been, you know, 2-1, 3-1 type counts, and he has not missed his pitch. That's why he has 13 hits in 23 at-bats. Took a pretty good pitch, but it was a little bit low for ball 1.
outside corner, 1-1.
Well, there have been teams that have run against Jarrett Parker. 11 stolen bases against him in 17 attempts.
Presley has yet to steal a base. He's been thrown out 3 times. 1-1 to Pinto. Takes up high.
Parker with a fastball between 89 and 93 in that range right there. He'll mix in a curveball, and I mentioned before, very, very good changeup. Just 24 years old. He faced the Twins when he was with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and then once again last year with the Oakland A's. Both starts here at Target Field.
Chopper left side. Presley will advance. And Donaldson fires across. Pinto advancing the runner. He's retired 1 away. And that'll bring up Dozier. Dozier, the team leader in runs batted in after the trade of Justin Morneau. 17 home runs. He's the team leader in that category. And among regular players that have been with the Twins and in the lineup on a regular basis, only Trevor Plouffe is higher now in team batting average. Mauer, of course, on the disabled list. Plouffe at 250.
I know it's been a frustrating year for the Twins, but one answer I think that they got was how was Dozier going to react from moving from short to second. And I think the second half we have seen where he's really comfortable now and just swinging the bat very nicely. A lot of his hits are extra base hits, as you mentioned. And his defense has been outstanding.
Breaking ball off the plate, 2-0. Love to get a first inning run or more for Liam Hendriks. Parker, the type of pitcher that doesn't give up many scoring opportunities, so you need to take advantage of them when they arise. Chopper left side. Presley has to stay put. Tough play for Donaldson. It'll look easy. 2 down. And to charge. Dozier runs pretty well, and it wasn't even close. 2 choppers in front of the third baseman. Presley still at second, and that'll bring up Oswaldo Arcia.
Let's take a look at the starting staffs in the American League. It's the Detroit Tigers with their horsemen that they have. Oakland A's, Tampa Bay, Chicago, Chris Sale, a big part of that, and then the Boston Red Sox. But the starters for the Oakland A's, 61 and 44 combined with a 3.77 earned run average.
Overall, the A's second to the Kansas City Royals in team ERA. Kurt Young, the pitching coach. Arcia hoping to deliver a 2-out hit. Twins got a couple of those in the ball game last night, but scored the 2 biggest runs of the game without getting a hit against the Angels last night late in the ball game.
Yeah, Parker just making his 3rd career start against the Twins. Some of the Twins have faced him. Ryan Doman actually a couple hits in 4 at-bats. Also has walked a couple times against Parker.
And a chopper to second. Casmo has it. Twins get a leadoff single. Lee Presley at second. No score after an inning.
Josemiel Pinto has been impressive at the plate, but what may not be so obvious is the job he's done behind the plate. And he's been putting in a lot of work with Terry Steinbach, also a former All-Star catcher, who says Pinto is a joy to work with. He says he's always asking for feedback and wanting to know more about the strengths of Twins pitchers and then how to match those up against the weaknesses of the opposing hitters they're facing. So that work ethic and eagerness to improve, guys, is just as impressive to Steinbach as that incredible batting average.
And ultimately, that will be what will put him behind the plate on a daily basis, if that's what the future holds for Pinto. Thank you, Jamie. Strike one to Brandon Moss, and now a ball 1-1. It'll be Moss, Cespedes, and Callaspo here in the second inning. Moss, 26 home runs on the season, 73 runs batted in. Half swing, 1-2.
Well, we've seen a couple of those swings already from the Oakland A's against Liam Hendriks. Sneaky fast maybe here early in the ball game. Struck out Donaldson for the second out in the first inning.
Fastball outside, 2-2.
Yeah, Moss in his second season with the Oakland A's. Originally came up with the Boston Red Sox, also spent time with the Pirates and the Phillies. Signed as a free agent by the A's.
Another strikeout for Liam Hendriks, 2 of them so far. And 1 away in the second inning. I'll pass along a video get well card to Leo Schwintag. And we wish you the very best, Leo. One down in the second inning, and that'll bring up Yoenis Cespedes. Cespedes not hitting for much of an average, but another 20 home run hitter in the middle of this A's lineup. They've got Donaldson with 21, Moss with 26, Cespedes with 22.
And if you watch the All-Star game, it was Cespedes that ended up winning that home run hitting contest, even though he did not make the All-Star team.
Crisp has 18. He'll probably hit 20 before the season's out. 2 strikes. Hendriks to Cespedes, having a good September for the A's.
Hitting .406 in September, 13 for his last 32 at bats.
Just missed the corner, 1-2.
After hitting just .216 in August. Three, normally a slider. Good location.
Down and away, and Cespedes got a piece. One and 2. And another foul over the Twins dugout. Always good to see Chili Davis back in Minnesota, key part of the '91 World Championship Ball Club. Second year as a hitting coach, and what a job he's done with a lot of inexperienced hitters. And the A's have hit just enough to support a pretty good pitching staff.
Yeah, the A's in the 11th in the American League in hitting as a ball club, hitting .249. But Chili Davis, I mean, switch hitter, you know, he can kind of talk to both sides of the plate. If you come up as a left-handed hitter, Chili will help you. Right-handed hitter, Chili will help you. A good hitter, teammate of mine when we were teammates in Anaheim.
Strikeout number 3 for Hendriks, 2 down. That'll bring up Callaspo.
Liam's high in strikeouts came in his second start in Kansas City with 4, and here, first 5 batters, he already has had 3 strikeouts. Roy Smalley, you're down there. It's like Hendriks keeping the ball down nicely.
Keeping it down as you want him to do, Bert, but also just really, really good at his spot so far, isn't he? Just unbelievable on both sides of the plate, throwing a lot of fastballs. Inside, outside, and then striking guys out with that slider.
You know, it's nice, too. He has a good pace about him. You're going to have better defense, as you know, Roy. You work behind a guy that throws the ball, good things happen.
Popped up the third baseline, Plouffe. And on 14 pitches, total of 25. So far, Hendriks has been perfect through 2. Value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234-234. Ryan Doumit, Josh Willingham, Trevor Plouffe here in the second inning. Doumit, the designated hitter. Pretty good bet that he'll be DHing and playing right field, but will not be doing any catching. And he takes off the plate outside ball one. Don't expect Parker or the A's to issue too many walks. They have allowed the fewest walks in the American League. Parker, as you saw, 57 walks in 176 in the third innings. That's really good. It's less than 1 per 3 innings pitched. And there's a called strike. You saw Bartolo Colon, 26 walks in 170 in the third innings. Former Twin Chip Hale also on the coaching staff with the A's. 2-1 to Doumit. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Twins starting the lineup with 4 relatively inexperienced hitters, and then backing them up with 3 of their most experienced hitters. Doumit hits it to the second baseman Callasco. 1 down.
All 4 outs have been recorded on ground ball out so far.
Set your compass due north Thursday nights on Fox Sports North. Bill Shirk and Laura Sharrow take a look at the stories and adventures of outdoor enthusiasts in the upper Midwest. Due North Outdoors Thursdays at 6:30 only on Fox Sports North. Josh Willingham got a couple of days off, back in the lineup. Just a mental health day more than anything else. Willingham has really struggled since coming off the disabled list.
Yeah, 0-0 for his last 15, and he's always hit well against the Oakland A's. Of course, he was with the Oakland A's in 2011 when he had a very good year for the A's.
Walked off the A's with a big 3-run home run last year here at Target Field. 1-0. And now a strike.
Willingham in 2011 for the A's hit 29 home runs and drove in 98 runs.
High blast to left center field. Chris back. Gone into the back bullpen. And Willingham hits his 13th to put the Twins in front.
Well, for Josh's first home run since Tuesday, August 13th against the Indians here. It's home run number 13.
20th home run allowed by Parker.
Yeah, 14 solo home runs allowed by Parker, but he finds himself down 1-0. Good solid swing by Willingham.
Yeah, guys, that was a hanging breaking ball. It looked real big even from right here next to the A's on deck circle. And Josh Willingham has really missed a lot of those pitches the second half of the season. He's gotten balls to hit and just missed them. He did not miss that one. He's been having trouble on breaking balls, but that hanger went a long way. You're right. Good swing.
1-0 to Trevor Plouffe. And a strike. Plouffe, as we showed you in the open, has been swinging a very hot bat, yet he is hitting 7th in the lineup tonight. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Yeah, Plouffe over his last 21 games hitting .329. That average up to .250.
Sharply on the ground, right-eyed Callasco. 2 down. That'll bring up Chris Parmelee. You can participate as well in the AT&T Twitter poll, and we'll continue our question from last night. Which of the September call-ups are you most intrigued to watch? Chris Parmelee, Scott Diamond, Eduardo Escobar, or Cole DeVries?
Right now, for me, it's Chris Parmelee because he's at the plate.
Yes, you're very intrigued. He's gotten your attention here, hasn't he?
He has.
Boy, a rip drive to right center field solidly to Brandon Moss. And Parmalee tees off on the first pitch. 3 hits for the Twins. And the 2 here in the second have been hit right on the button.
As I mentioned, Parker's not overpowering, but he needs to get ahead. He tries with a fastball right there, and the Twins jumping on that pitch. Good swing by Parmalee. Runs with 2 outs here at the bottom of the second.
And now Florimon will bat.
Florimon picked up a couple hits in last night's game over the Angels,
including a bunt single, his first hit of the ball game. Up and away, ball 1.
You know, Bert, I mentioned in the pregame show, and you mentioned at the top of the game show here about how good Parker's changeup is, and he's not throwing that many of them. It's really interesting. The word has been he's been so good because he's throwing a lot of changeups early in counts now, and he hasn't done that so far today.
Foul back, 1-1.
Well, what makes a good changeup is your hat has to go off of your fastball. You have to establish your fastball, but they say, you know, that's how he's won 9 of his last 18 starts, because of that good changeup. But you get ahead with a fastball, then you work in that changeup.
1-1.
Fastball away.
This one driven to left center field. And Parmalee will round second and hold up there. A strong throw from left fielder Yoenis Cespedes. A couple of 2-out singles from the 8 and 9 batters will get Presley to.
You know, one thing throughout the summer, I think what we have seen from Florimon, he likes that ball down to where he can just do that. Look at that, just that ball's below his ankles, on near his shin right there. And he just lines that ball into left field. Good low ball hitter.
Don't know if he plays golf, and if he does, whether he plays right-handed or left-handed. But that's a pretty good golf swing right there.
That's classic left-handed hitter swing, guys. I'll just tell you, most left-handed hitters like the ball down there, and even when you're a switch hitter, left-handed, you tend to like the ball, like those low fastballs.
Presley dumped a single to left to start the ball game, got as far as second base. And he takes a fastball over for strike 1.
Now, if you're Chris Parmalee at second base, you kind of look at the outfield where they're playing. Of course, Presley not known for his power. They're playing pretty shallow, so a hard hit ball, he might have to get held up by Joe Bauer over at third base.
1 strike to Presley.
See if we can find out.
Breaking ball over for strike 2.
I'll tell you guys, with 2 outs, Parmalee's job at second base is to score. Joe Bauer's got one thing in mind, is that sending him. And you're right, they're playing him shallow, Bert. But Parmalee's job is to jump off there hard. And now, especially with 2 strikes and 2 outs, if Presley looks like he's going to start swinging, you got to start running. Because if he's swinging and he puts the ball in play, you got to score.
One and 2.
I was watching Parmalee as that ball was delivered home. He was already taking a kind of a running start to get ready.
Right, and on top of that, the shortstop and second baseman aren't really coming in behind him at all. I think he's got a pretty good chance to cheat here. And you know, with 2 strikes, if he swings the bat, he's either going to put it in play or foul it off or swing and miss. There's no reason not to just start running.
Presley got enough of it, piece of it, to foul it off.
That was a changeup right there. 20 pitches so far this inning for Jarrett Parker. This is a changeup that we were talking about, Roy. A little bit of movement on it, even though it was still kind of up in the zone.
Twins absolutely flailed away at James Shields' changeup in the dirt the last time they faced him. That time actually threw the changeup for a strike, and Presley was able to make contact. 1 and 2. Came inside with a fastball, struck him out. Twins with 3 hits, including Josh Willingham's solo home run, and it's 1-0 Twins. Big start tonight for Clay Buchholz. A big start for the Red Sox. Buchholz making his first start since early June. He's had a neck strain on the disabled list. Some rehab assignments in the minor leagues. Remember, the Twins handled him pretty well at Fenway Park. Last time Buchholz pitched, he was pitching against the Rochester Red Wings. Not against Scott Diamond, but against that team. The Red Sox, the only team in the league with a better record than the Oakland A's.
Yeah, 87 wins for the Red Sox, 58 losses, 7.5 games over the Tampa Bay Rays in second place.
One strike to Derek Barton. Stephen Vogt and Eric Sogard will follow. Hendricks has been good here through the first 2 innings. It's a 1-2-3 first, a 1-2-3 second. Total of 3 strikeouts. And slap to left, a base hit. Barton with a leadoff single here in the third.
Yeah, Barton, who spent most of the season down in AAA, getting an opportunity to get some at bats, and good piece of hitting right there. I mean, Hendricks not a bad pitch away, but credit to hitter by just hitting it the other way. First hit for the A's. Take a look at the location right there, a little bit up, but you know, Roy, you know, I mean, you leave a pitch up like that and the hitter takes it the other way, you have to tip your hat and say, okay, hopefully this guy hit into a double play.
Yeah, that's right. Not a bad pitch on the corner. It was up a little high, but we can't quibble that much. I mean, you can't, as you know, you can't throw the ball. Well, you don't know, because you could throw the ball right where you want to all the time.
Yeah, right.
But you know, pitchers can't throw it right where they want it. If you're on the corner and it just a little bit high and he slaps it to left, well, you're right. Tip your hat.
32 2/3 innings for Hendricks on the season, and he's gotten just 2 ground ball double plays.
Well, this is where you have to think, you know, okay, Barton got a hit. Okay, big deal. Now make good quality pitches here. And this is where I think what we've seen Liam fall into trouble is those multi-run innings that he has allowed by maybe getting behind and then getting into a hitter's count.
Foot foul down the left field line, 1-1.
I agree with you, Bert. What I've seen from a hitter standpoint, thinking about hitting this Liam Hendricks, is he's fine until guys get on base or somebody hits the ball hard, and then all of a sudden he's 2-0 real quick on the next guy and starts getting guys in hitters counts, and the big inning kind of results from that. I think you're absolutely right.
Popped up.
Stay in here.
Near the Oakland dugout now in Oakland.
Oh, that's an out in Oakland.
In Oakland, that's an out.
That's an out.
Because
there's so much foul territory in Oakland.
There you go.
And Oakland's never had a batting champ. Harney Langsford, I believe, came very, very close.
Actually, he was one of the challengers when Kirby Puckett won his batting championship. And you're saying they haven't had a batting champion because there's too much foul territory.
A lot of foul territory where a lot of those right there would be outs, and of course that goes against the batter, and it's tough.
1-2 to Stephen Vogt.
Hitter.
Missing inside, 2-2. Vogt will be followed by Sogard. Down low, 3-2. Now, in the first inning, the Twins got a leadoff single, and Parker settled down. He got 3 ground ball outs. No harm done.
Well, these are the guys that, you know, 7, 8, 9 guys in a lineup. You have to get out to have a successful ball game. No free passes here. Make them swing the bat.
Runner goes, and the pitch popped up, backing out of play. Barton will retreat to first.
5 stolen bases against Hendricks. Now this is a 3-2 count. Only 1 has been caught.
Really haven't seen Pinto's arm yet behind the plate. Hendricks should take a double play. He'll strike him out, throw him out. It'd be just fine.
Well, let Barton go, and a little soft line drive to the infielder, and you get a double play.
The runner stays put this time, and it's grounded foul beyond the Twins dugout.
For Liam Hendricks, this is his 27th major league start. He just has 2 wins, 12 losses in his career. ERA at 5.62.
one complete game. That came here last year against Felix Hernandez, King Felix, and he lost that ball game 1-0.
Runner goes, and the pitch fouled off of Pinto. What the Twins have seen from Hendricks this year is an encouraging start followed immediately by a bad one, and that's what the Twins can't afford as they move forward into 2014. What they want is for Hendricks to do what he did a couple starts ago against Yu Darvish, back it up with another good one and then another good one. Kind of, no one expects you to have a run like Jared Parker, but this, blowing hot and cold just isn't going to work.
No.
3-2. Runner stays, and a line at a Plouffe. And it's a good thing he stayed put.
As I said, if he was taking off right there, it's a double play, but instead Barton stayed. And a line drive out for the first out.
Now is as good a time as any to get a group together and head down to Target Field. You can organize a business group, a church group, a school group, maybe a couple dozen of your friends and neighbors, and get out to Target Field. A lot of action yet here during the 2013 season. Visit twinsbaseball.com/groups or call 800-33-TWINS and get a great deal on group tickets today. One down on the third. Now Eric Sogard. There's a double play grounder. 4-6.
Good play.
Leadoff single does no damage. 37 pitches for Hendricks through 3 scoreless innings. To what's next? By Grand Casino. The best stories start here. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. For the everyday competitor in all of us. Your link to what's next. By Grand Casino. The best stories start here. And by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. For the everyday competitor in all of us. Good start for the Twins for the first 5 hits, including a home run. Liam Hendricks with a nearly perfect first trip through the batting order.
Got that ground ball off of Sogard, got the double play to end the third inning. Good pitch.
And Jared Parker will face Josmil Pinto, Brian Dozier, and Oswaldo Arcia in the Twins' third inning. Twins running Pinto out there behind the plate. They want to find out as best you can in September what he can do at the plate, behind the plate, but also what his aptitude is. Jamie was talking about how he's working a lot with Terry Steinbach, and he wants to learn, and that's all well and good, but he needs to apply it.
Well, the Twins want to see him, but he also wants to play at this level to see what he needs to do to get better, as maybe he'll play winter ball and work on things that'll make him better.
1-1. Tap foul, 1-2.
And you have to realize this is a young man that started at Double-A. That's where he had most of his at-bats this year.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see where he signed at 16 years old.
You look at the right in Class A ball. We talked a little bit about this last night. This hitting prowess is a relatively new phenomenon for him. He figured something out a couple of years ago, and now is trying to apply it up here. Now we've talked about him having a two-strike approach, trying to make contact, and part of that is fighting off tough pitches and fouling them.
Think about that. Signing at 16 years old. I mean, when you were 16 years old, were you ready to sign or go away from home?
I was just learning how to sign my name.
I know. That's how young he was. And, of course, you're going to see him as long as he's, keeps his nose to the grindstone and works hard, which he has. You're going to see him increase.
And maybe
as far as, his average and his build. He's a lot stronger now than he was, I'm sure, when he was 16.
And maybe next year or the year after, we'll be talking about somebody out of the Dominican Republic who signed when he was 16, Miguel Sano. 1-2 to Pinto. A couple of two-strike fouls here to keep the at-bat alive. And a high fastball got him, one away.
And Parker picks up his second strikeout. Struck out Presley to end the last inning.
Dozier will hit with the bases empty. He's done a nice job providing some pop. And that's why he's hitting third now in the lineup.
Yeah, Jed Lowry right there with the Oakland A's, just a couple ahead. Jason Kipnis with the Cleveland Indians. Young kids trying to make a name for themselves. Of course, Robinson Cano, he's very, very good.
But then you have to allow, too, for Dozier's slow start. And a lot of the doubles and home runs have all come after a very poor start at the plate. Ice cold. He was as cold as the weather was in the first 6 weeks of the season.
Yeah, but he didn't give up. He kept working with Tom Bernansky, and they got better and better.
That's that aptitude we were talking about. Working hard is a key to succeeding up here, but you've got to be able to make adjustments.
Oh, yeah. As soon as, you feel like you're in a groove, guess what? The pitchers are going to pitch you differently. It's such a quicker game up here at the major league level compared to the minor leagues.
1-1 to Brian Dozier. Hit a tapper in front of Donaldson his first time up. Down low. 2-1.
Well, Parker has been consistent. This is his 29th start this season. That's a career high. 21 of his 28 starts have been quality starts where he's worked at least 6 innings and given up 3 earned runs or less.
Backhanded nicely by Donaldson. My, what a play. We haven't seen much of him over there. He's made a couple of good plays coming in on numbers. That was a backhanded smash on the second hop. Donaldson gloved it easily.
Yeah, Donaldson out of Auburn University when he was signed by the Cubs, their #1 pick. He played third base at Auburn and then put behind the plate. It's a nice play right there for the second out.
Two down, and that'll bring up Arcia. Arcia bounced out to Callaspo his first time up. Swing and a miss. As the Twins waited and waited for Willingham to finally start connecting again. He did that earlier today. Now the wait for Arcia is the Twins' hope about to come to an end. In the dirt, 1-1. Arcia in right field. We've seen him a lot in left, but obviously if Willingham is going to play a position, it's left field. That opens up right field or pushes Arcia into right field. He would prefer playing in right than left, but of course he'll play anywhere the Twins want him to play.
As long as in the lineup.
2-1.
It's in that count right now. He hasn't had a home run in a month. That came in Chicago against the White Sox a month ago, August 10th.
Dome it on deck.
Should get a pitch right here. Hopefully he can drive somewhere. First 3-ball count for Parker.
fastball. Swing and a miss. 3-2.
That's the ball that he's going to have trouble with, guys. And he's got a little bit of hitch in his hand movement as he starts in. Doesn't affect him so much on balls from the kind of mid-zone down. But high fastball is going to be a little bit of an issue.
There's another one. Yep. Strike 3. The Twins go down 1-2-3 in the third.
Liam Hendriks, 3 very good innings so far. Double play ended the third inning. He's given up only 1 hit. And Josh Willingham right now giving him 1-run support. And that being a home run for Willingham, his 13th home run of the year.
Willingham checking out those blisters that you get when you're swinging the bat an awful lot. Coco Crisp, Josh Donaldson, Jen Lowry, and now we'll see how the A's fare against Hendriks the second time through the order. 1 strike. Crisp hit a fly ball to center to start the ball game. It's September and every game critically important, and no one would suggest that the A's would look past the Twins or anything like that. But I remember when the Twins were in Arlington, Texas, and the Twins frankly could have won all 3 games. They ended up winning 2 out of 3, and I think the consensus was down in Texas that the Rangers kind of got caught looking ahead to a big series with the A's in Oakland. And the Twins were able to sneak in there, play good baseball. They outplayed the Rangers, won a couple ball games. Maybe the Twins can sneak in and take a couple games from the A's too. They have the Texas Rangers down in Arlington next. Fouled into the camera well and over. 2-2.
Hey guys, if you hear an awful lot of extra crowd noise all of a sudden, I've got my buddy and former teammate Ken Herbeck down here yelling right through the microphone at Chili at another one of his teammates, Chili Davis. And I just wanted to let you know if you hear some untoward noise.
Who let Herbie in the house?
More importantly, we are on 7-second delay, so you never know what might happen.
Oh, we are?
Yes, we are.
I wonder how that
We started that a few years ago. Mr. Herbeck, who was the bartender at the Boys and Girls Club celebrity function that Roy and his wife Christine were hosting the other night.
He did a wonderful job too. Everybody was thrilled with Herbie being there.
3-2 to Crisp. Donaldson will hit next, and a ball hit to center, a base hit. Crisp aboard. The A's for the 2nd inning in a row get a leadoff base hit. The Sports and Highlights show you've been waiting for is here. Fox Sports Live is Jay Onrait and Dan O'Toole are joined by Donovan McNabb, Gary Payton, Andy Roddick, and Carissa Thompson to bring you everything you need to know about the world of sports. It's Fox Sports Live nightly on Fox Sports 1.
Well, now you have the speedster Coco Crisp at first base. 17 stolen bases on the year. A couple years ago, he led the American League in stolen bases.
Another former Twin, Chip Hale, over here in the dugout with the stopwatch. They've been timing Liam Hendriks' move to the plate here since the first inning.
Slide step, and Chris started, then stopped.
Yep.
Check swing, strike one.
Yeah, he was going until he saw the slide step. They've got his leg kick move timed out where they believe that a guy with Coco's speed can go.
When we see, Roy, a runner take off, make 2-3 hard steps towards second and then stop, that's probably why, right? The pitchers delivered a slide step and they realize they might wait for a better chance.
Exactly right. Exactly right. He was going on the movement, assuming the high leg kick, and when he saw the slide step, he knew he had to stop. It was going to be a quicker move to the plate.
Another one and a pitch up high. Bert, you never developed, I don't think, a slide step.
Oh, yeah, that's really all I had. I didn't really, with a runner on, I didn't really bring my knee up. It was always a slide step. I didn't feel I was losing any velocity. All I thought when I did the slide step, if there's a slower runner, I would pick my left knee up. But slide step, there's a good throw over, is you have to tell yourself to keep the ball down because you are hurrying your delivery a little bit, and you have to be quicker with your arm to allow that ball to get down. Even that last pitch, you used a slide step, but it was a fastball up, and that's where you're going to get hurt. Don't worry so much about the runner. You have to make a good pitch home. And use that slide step, but keep the ball down in the zone.
On the hole by Hendriks and time called. In the glory years in Oakland, it wasn't just Ricky Henderson stealing 120, 130 bases. It was what it did to the hitters that followed him in the lineup. There's a reason Canseco, McGuire, and all those guys had such good years. You mentioned Carney Lansford often hit second in that Oakland lineup.
But you know what, as a pitcher, you already made a mistake by letting that speedster get on, whether it be Crisp or Ricky Henderson. You don't want to take away your focus from the guy at the plate because you're going to start falling behind an account, have to come in with a pitch, and all of a sudden that quick runner at first is at third because of your mistakes, what you're delivering toward home plate.
But the inclination would be while you're out there, you've got a fast runner at first. You'd prefer to throw fastballs, and you still have to mix it up as best you can.
You can throw fastballs, just put them in a good spot. Get a ground ball.
Now it's 3-1.
Right. He's trying to do something maybe he's not accustomed to, trying to hurry it up a little bit. Now he gets into that count that Donaldson's going to look dead red, and maybe even a hit and run put on by Bob Melvin to get Crisp going.
Donaldson hasn't had many good swings, including a check swing for strike one that started this at bat. Big swing there. Fouled it straight back, 3-2. Now one would think a better chance Crisp will take off here with a full count.
Yeah, this is where I always wanted to pitch out and get Crisp at second base.
With the count 3-2.
Yeah. See if they would call him out.
Yeah, if the umpires forget the count, you got him.
And the hitter. Just kidding.
Crisp does not go, and the pitch lifted foul.
The biggest decision there for a manager on a 3-2 count as to whether or not the runner's going to go is how much you trust your hitter to put the ball in play. It's almost with 3-2. It's almost like an automatic hit and run on a strike. So you got to put the ball in play on any strike. And, the manager's going to decide what he believes Donaldson is going to be able to do with this pitch.
And he struck out.
And that's the reason why you wouldn't put it on. If you have just a little bit of a feeling maybe Donaldson's not swinging it quite as well as he has been, maybe he's a little strikeout prone lately. Yeah. With nobody out, that's why you wouldn't put it on.
Well, 99 time that Donaldson has struck out on this season in 520 at-bats.
Right, so that kind of tendency to strike out would be the reason why Bob Melvin would say, you know what, we'll wait to hit her ourselves. Now, totally different here with 1 out and Jed Lowry up. Now you might see something different on that count.
We've seen Hendricks deliver in this situation, at least, a lot like Nick Blackburn did, or some of the other right-handed pitchers that are very quick home. There's really not much of an opportunity for Chris to take off.
Yeah, Liam's done a good job getting strike one. 12 batters, 9 of them he's been able to get ahead in the count. Just ball behind here on Lowry.
1-0. Swing and a foul.
You know, one thing I found out over my career is that slide step makes you also more aggressive, because you have to be quick toward home plate, and sometimes that's deceiving to the hitter. If you're quick and then all of a sudden here comes the arm, as long as you keep it down in the strike zone.
1-1. Crisp goes, and Pinto can't get the pitch out of the dirt. Had it in the glove, and the ball rolled out. 2-1, and a stolen base for Crisp.
Yeah, Crisp getting a stolen base. He stole on a good pitch. Looked like a off-speed pitch right here that sunk right in front of the glove of Pinto, and Crisp steals his 18th base of the year.
Change up in the dirt, perhaps?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Almost impossible to throw him out there. He had a pretty good jump and got a change up in the dirt. It couldn't have been a better pitch on which to run.
2-1 to Lowry. What has gotten into Liam Hendricks here tonight? We've seen more swings and misses in 3 1/3 innings than we usually see in 6 or 7.
You know, sometimes you're out there and that arm is a little quicker than other times. It looks like he's got a nice quick arm, nice quick release tonight. He's already tied a season high strikeouts with 4, career high 6.
2-2
last year.
Now 3-2. And the A's strike out a lot. We mentioned Donaldson now with 99 strikeouts. He's got a couple of teammates that are well over 100 strikeouts. Cespedes with 123, Moss with 126.
But again, you look at Cespedes with 22 home runs. You know, Donaldson with 21, Moss with 26. That comes with guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
3-2 to Lowry. Popped up behind third. Bluth with the catch, and out number 2. That'll bring up Brandon Moss. Twins tickets remain available and affordable. Some seats starting at just $8. A lot of baseball left at Target Field this season, so don't miss the fun. Check out the Steal of the Week and demand-based pricing for more great deals on single-game purchases all season long. These and other special deals available every day of the week at twinsbaseball.com/tickets or by calling 800-33-TWINS. Fan support has been beyond what could be expected for a team that's been below 500 all year long. I mentioned the A's have had a winning month in every month this year. There's a chopper foul. The Twins have yet to put together a winning month, and that'll be the challenge for them in September, taking on some teams that many of them at least have hopes of getting into postseason play. Some of them will get there. One strike to Brandon Moss. High fastball, and enough on that fastball to get another swing and a miss.
Yeah, he's whipping that ball very nicely through that strike zone at home plate, Liam Hendricks.
I'll tell you guys, he's got a fastball that he hasn't registered over 91 or 92, and he's throwing it by these Oakland A's hitters. He looks really, really sneaky. I'm standing here, as I said, with Ken Herbeck, and Herbie leaned down to me and said, he's really sneaky tonight, isn't he? And his fastball's got a lot of life through the zone.
2 strikes to Moss. Very high and wide, 1-2.
I know it's hard to explain to some people that, but there are days out there, and as many starts as I have, there are some days that you feel like you're really battling to get that arm out front and work that ball down, and other days you walk out there and it's just like it comes out of your hand so easy. So far, so good for Liam. Just get that ball down, keep it down.
1-2. Another one up and away.
Yeah, he kind of dropped a little bit right there. You could almost see that shoulder kind of drop. And of course, when you drop, your arm has to kind of fall to catch up, and that creates that pitch up.
The other thing he's done really, really well early in the game is throwing the ball on both sides of the plate, back and forth, corner to corner. And that can get guys confused up there and make them behind pitches down the middle. It just kind of surprises them.
Foul tip.
A good changeup right there. Took something off that pitch. Moss really didn't get a chance to play much in Boston. Went to Pittsburgh. Didn't play real well with the Pittsburgh Pirates. And then last year with the Oakland A's kind of reemerged as a pretty good hitter. .291 hitter, hit 21 home runs. And having another solid season this year.
Strike three. Another high fastball. Another strikeout for Hendricks. And another scoreless inning. Try the new Premium McGrath at McDonald's today. I'm loving it. And by Toyota. Let's go places. To find your nearest Toyota dealer and check out our current offers, visit buyatoyota.com. A Josh Willingham home run and 4 scoreless innings for Liam Hendricks as the Twins up 1-0. Ryan Doumit, Josh Willingham, and Trevor Plouffe to hit here in the Twins' fourth at the knees, strike one. Again, Parker has not lost since May 22nd. And he started his season 0-4. Finally won a ball game in late April against the Angels. Has lost just twice since. Even when he lost to the Rangers, gave up some first inning runs. He still went 7 innings, gave up only 3 runs. Lifted to left. And Cespedes with the catch. One away.
Yeah, I think, Dick, we talked a little bit about yesterday, I believe. We were talking about the Oakland A's, how they have a lot of young pitchers, and they seem to trade some pitchers away and get younger pitchers. And, well, Parker, one of those guys, #1 pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks. He ended up getting traded over to Oakland for Trevor Cahill, who was a young guy kind of, making his way. And Cahill has been injured a little bit with the Diamondbacks, but here they go out and get another youngster. Gio Gonzalez, another one that they traded away.
Andrew Bailey was their closer. 1-0 to Willingham. Got a hanging breaking pitch and hammered it into the back bullpen. A little nubber. Parker fields and throws. Willingham retired, 2 down. Play by Parker coming off the mound.
That's a nice play right there because your glove is not involved in that play. You know that ball's going to slow down because of the grass, so you kind of surround it barehanded and then make the throw to first base. Try to keep your glove out of this right here. There's no need to pick it up with the glove. Pick it up barehand. And you saw how he kind of spun his body around and pick up the ball. See the weight on that right foot, and then lift the left foot and go toward first base.
Strike one to Trevor Plouffe. The bouncer to second his first time up.
Oh, watch out.
Up and in at 92.
Have to work both sides of the plate. Parker has hit 7 batters this year. No, not intentional right there, just working hard in. Sometimes you overthrow the ball.
Missing again, 2-1. He's already have 4 starters in double digits and wins. Colon 15. Griffin, who the Twins will face on Thursday, 13. Tommy Malone 10. Parker with 11. And Straley will get there probably. He's got 9. On the ground again. A couple of sharp hops to Callasmo. A 1, 2, 3, 4th inning on just 9 pitches.
Couple here celebrating an anniversary and also 26 seasons of being Twins season ticket holders. They've seen a World Series. I got to ask you, what's your favorite memory of being a Twins season ticket holder?
Our favorite memory was when our nephew raised the flag at a Twins game. It was 30 years in the National Guard, so
wow.
It was really a memorable day.
Absolutely, and I love your shirt. Bert, I don't know if you can see it, but it says "Circle Me, Bert." That's a new one. We normally see the signs, but this is special. We're going to give you $100 worth of scratch offs from the Minnesota Lottery, so enjoy your anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. That Circle Me Bert is something we have on our website at BertBly11.com and CircleMeBert.com that the proceeds go to Parkinson's. I took my pops.
Cespedes hit by the first pitch thrown by Hendricks in the 5th inning. So 3rd inning in a row now where the A's have gotten their leadoff man aboard.
You saw that fastball just run in on Cespedes, and he takes first base for Hendricks. That's his 2nd hit batsman of the year. And this is his 7th start.
7 steals, 14 tries for Cespedes. And now Cayaspo will hit.
Ty Waller right there, the first base coach for the Oakland A's with the stopwatch.
Off the outside corner, ball 1.
Cayaspo coming over from the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim back in late July. Angels were here yesterday. We saw the second baseman Grant Green, who was involved in that trade. He went from Oakland to Anaheim.
Driven hard to right field. And Cayaspo with a 2-run blast. And it's 2-1 Oakland.
Well, for Cayaspo, that's his 7th home run of the year and his 2nd as an Oakland A. High fastball. He did not miss this one. So a 2-run home run for Cayaspo. Now with 48 RBIs on the year. That ball right there. Looks like Pinto wanted that ball in and it left out over the plate. And now it's in right field.
And now Derek Barton, who singled leading off the 3rd inning. Now low ball 1. Twins with a solo home run. The A's with a 2-run home run.
Well, I know all about giving up home runs, and it's now, you know, it's what you do from here. It's still a 2-1 ball game. You're only down 1 run. Continue to keep the ball down and continue to keep the score where it is right now. You made a mistake. Don't make any more.
1-1 to Barton. 2-1.
Barton down at AAA, where he has spent a lot of his career in AAA and in the minor leagues for the Oakland A's. Hit .297 in AAA in 110 games.
Popped up near the mound. And Dozier with the catch. And that'll get us to Stephen Vogt. Vogt with a line drive to Plouffe after a long at bat. And Barton at first. Vogt finally hit a liner right to the Twins' 3rd baseman. Pittsburgh behind Francisco Liriano, 4-0 lead on Texas. Certainly, I'm sure has the interest of the A's dugout. Another pitch up, fouled to the backstop, 1 strike.
Yeah, this is the time of the year that you start looking, if you're in the race.
I do it in May. I do it in May.
But as a player, you start looking now. You know, the Texas Rangers are 2 games behind. Now the Oakland A's have a 2-1 lead. You follow the other club that's trying to catch you.
3-team race in the National League Central, baseball's best divisional race.
Hey, Bert, I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about, and you especially talked about Liam Hendriks need to keep the ball down. He really hasn't done that at all this game. There's not a pretty good pitch right there, but he's gotten away with a lot of high fastballs. He's had the Oakland A's hitters behind, but sooner or later his stuff is not good up there, right? I mean, it almost looks to me like he's fallen in love with the fact that he's throwing high fastballs by him.
Bouncer up the middle of base hit.
Well, Roy, I think what happens, and we see it from certain pitchers like Scott Baker. Let's take Baker, for example. The first 4 or 5 innings, that ball explodes out of his hands. But as you start to mount that pitch count, that 92, 93 becomes maybe 90 to 91, and it doesn't have that pop anymore. And Rick Anderson out to talk to Liam. You see it, I think we saw it from LaTroy Hawkins when Hawk was here too. First 4 or 5 innings when they tried starting him, that high fastball he got away with. But You know, that's not a bad pitch right here. He's kept that ball down a couple times. Sogard hit into the double play to end the third inning. It was a first pitch, good sinker down and away. But you're right, Roy, a lot of the pitches are up. And the more pitches you throw up there, and it's not, 93, 94 anymore. Now it's maybe 90, 91. You know, as a hitter, that couple of miles an hour difference is going to get the barrel of the bat out a little quicker.
Yeah, I just look at it as it's nice to pitch down a lot and then every once in a while fool guys up in the strike zone, but you can't. A guy like Liam can't fall in love with this.
You can't live down
stuff
there.
up there.
You can't live up.
No, right.
High.
I mean, you got to. You have to even when you're happy, you strike a guy out or get somebody to pop up in a high fastball. I would think that you'd want to say to yourself, okay, fine, I got away, get back down where I'm good.
Let's see if he tries that little sinker down and away again, maybe get another ground ball, and he misses with that one. That one he kind of opened up. You can see so much of pitching is keeping that left shoulder in. Parker does a good job of that. I've been watching him between, when he's out there. Liam once in a while flies open and then allows that arm to kind of drag, and that creates that pitch up in the zone too.
Runner goes.
That's a better one. Right
Pinto's throw. Got him. This time we've seen Pinto air it out. And the throw about belt high to second. Florimon did a nice job dropping the tag.
Yeah, good pitch right there down in the zone. Good throw by Pinto. He comes up and makes a great throw to Florimon. You see looking in, maybe a little hit and run put on. And a quick tag for the second out. Watch Pinto right here. Just watch him right there then.
A base hit to right. Sogard replaces Vogt at first base, 2 away. It'll bring up Coco Crisp.
Center fielder Coco Crisp.
Crisp with a single and a stolen base in the fourth, flied out to center in the first. Hendricks with 5 strikeouts, and I think all 5 were on letter-high fastballs. And he get burned on the Callaspo pitch, which was down around the waist. Launcher to second should end the 5th inning. And Hendricks has completed 5, but he trails 2-1.
Good job of regrouping.
All 4 of the Twins' hits came the first time through the batting order since The lineup turned over a second time. Parker's retired all 7 batters and struck out 3 of them.
Yeah, 8 ground ball outs, 1 fly ball out, and 3 strikeouts for Parker.
Parmalee drove the first pitch he saw into right field for a sharp single. And he takes strike 1. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes.
That was a changeup right there. Breaking ball for strike 1, then the changeup. Parker making his 59th major league start. He has 24 wins, 14 losses, and ERA at 3.47 coming into this ball game.
Got a piece, and that a piece of Vogt. Parmalee, of course, was a starting outfielder, first baseman for the Twins, although Morneau played most of the time at first base. Parmalee was a regular right fielder at the start of the year, struggled, was sent down, didn't hit particularly well down in AAA. Twins needed somebody to be able to play first base. And Parmalee getting his first start there since his recall. Roller to the right side, picked up by Barton, flipping to Parker, 1 away. That'll bring up Florimon. Next time you're at Target Field, check out the kiosk at the ballpark with a vast array of game-used merchandise, bats, balls, jersey, all items used in a game here at Target Field. You can check it out between gates 29 and 34 out in right field. Next time you're at a ball game, stop by and find something unique. You can get tickets by calling 800-33-TWINS or visiting twinsbaseball.com. There are the game-used items. 1 down, Florimon, the batter. Drove a single to left his first time up. Up and away, ball 1. Parker set down 8 men in a row. Only 1 man's gotten the ball out of the infield.
Yeah, again, 9 ground ball outs.
Over the inside corner, 1-1. Hold back. Came back with the same pitch in the same spot. Florimon tried to drive it, but fouled it.
Well, I think what we've seen from Parker, he's working all 4 corners, meaning down and away to a left-hander, going inside, then up and in, and then also get it up and away, maybe have him chase it. 3 strikeouts for Parker.
1-2.
So now sitting away.
And a foul. You hear the phrase command in the strike zone. That's what you're talking about, right? The strike zone, as it's pictured, is rectangular, and you can pitch very effectively as long as you use the outside part of it.
Right. Right, and if the umpire will give you a little bit more on that outside, you play with that area too.
Always begging.
Always.
1-2.
Now going inside.
On the left, Cespedes over a few steps, 2 down.
And you saw where that pitch was. Vogt sitting inside, and that's where that pitch was, and the inside out by Florimon, the second out. Second fly ball out for the Twins.
That'll bring up Presley. Singled in the first, struck out in the second. The strikeout came with 2 men aboard and 2 out. The Twins getting their run tonight on the Willingham home run. Outside, ball 1. True to form, Parker hasn't walked anybody. I think he's had just 1 3-ball count. Inside, 2-0. 2 3-ball counts. And maybe another one coming up here momentarily. Team leader in innings pitched is A.J. Griffin, he's got 182. Parker 180 and 2/3 now. A strike, 2-1. Then Colon with 170. Two and one to Presley. And another one chipped into left center field, a base hit. Presley has a pair of hits tonight. And maybe a situation here where they'll let him try to steal with Pinto due up next.
I've seen a lot of these hits from Presley, and this is the type of hitter that he is, a leadoff hitter. Get on the best you can, and he's done a good job of that since he has put on a Twins uniform. Little slap into left field, but it's a 2-out single.
Which he can turn into a double if he steals. Pinto at the plate 0 for 2, bouncer to third, and a strikeout. And the A's throw over.
And if he decides to steal, if Gardy gives him the green light here, I hope it does it early in the count. Give the youngster, Josmil Pinto, a chance to drive in the run from a bit of a hitter's count, maybe, instead of later on in the count.
Not on the first pitch, and Pinto takes ball 1. Twins have not had a player wear number 43 for a long time, for good reason. Rick Stelmazik wore that number from 1981 through last year. Before that,
and Stelly was a catcher in his playing day, so it's good that it went to another catcher.
And before that, Jerry Zimmerman, another catcher, wore it as a coach. Before that, Frank Willisey wore it as a manager and as a coach. Then Art Fowler in 1969 wore it. Before that, Cal Irmer, the manager, wore it. The last player to wear number 43, Don Williams, in 1963. 2-0 to Pinto. In the dirt, locked by Vogt. And the third 3-ball count with Dozier on deck. Parker might be a little guilty of what you were suggesting Liam Hendricks was guilty of. A little aware, a couple throwovers to the runner, and not paying attention to the hitter.
Yeah, I'd have to say that Pinto might be taking a pitch right here. Dozier on deck.
And a 4-pitch walk puts Pinto aboard. Presley didn't have to steal second. He was walked there.
First walk for Parker.
Now Brian Dozier. A couple of ground balls to third so far for the Twins second baseman.
You see the 75 pitches at the top of your screen for Parker.
Two-out hit here to take advantage of Presley's single, Pinto's walk. Dozier takes a strike on the outside corner, and we've seen teams do more and more of that as the league has become more and more aware of Dozier's ability to crush a pitch in the inner half of the plate.
A lot of his power, inner half, that he can drive. Like that.
And pulled it behind Joe Vavra, 2 strikes.
Very quick hands.
That looked like the changeup right there, just left up by Parker.
Two strikes to the Twins second baseman with the tying run at second and 2 away. Step off. Vogt to the mound. Twins facing the A's 3 times in this series. And then at the end of next week, they'll go out and play the A's 4 times in the Bay Area. Dozier can get done here in an 0-2 hole. With a block.
Doesn't it seem like every time we play the Oakland A's, they're always like games like this?
Yes.
I mean, low-scoring games.
We were talking about that before the game. When we go out there, 4 games, we might see a total of 20 runs, maybe, in that series. Seems like they're all low-scoring, played rather quickly, usually.
Saw the pitch count right there. 21 pitches in the second, 20 so far here in the fifth.
1-2 to Dozier.
Good changeup.
And he's out in front. A strikeout, leaving 2 men aboard. After 5, the A's are up 2-1.
Spotlight. This is a critical time for guys like Liam Hendriks, Scott Diamond, just recalled yesterday from AAA, and other guys trying to pitch their way into the future of the Twins rotation. So we want to know which current Twins pitcher is the best bet to be in the 2014 rotation. Use the hashtag ArmsRace to tweet in which guy you think will be there next year for sure, and give us a reason why. We'll share our favorites in our post-game show.
Well, thank you, Jamie. Yeah. Ryan, of course, will have some decisions to make. Kevin Correa on the left is under contract. Scott Diamond is under team control. Andrew Albers trying to position himself for a spot. That wasn't me. That wasn't you.
That wasn't me.
1-0 to leadoff man here in the 6th. Josh Donaldson, 2-0.
Yeah, big inning for Hendriks right here. You give up the 2-run home run last inning. Now you're able to get out of it, even though we give up a couple more hits. Keep it at 2-1.
Two and a strike call. Down the middle, 2-2. Donaldson has struck out swinging twice against Hendricks. He'll be followed by Lowry and Moss.
Yeah, Liam making his 27th Major League start. 2 Major League wins, one coming last year in Cleveland, the other one in Texas earlier this year, or a couple starts ago, excuse me. Like to win a game here at home at Target Field.
Missing inside, 3-2. Kansas City leading Cleveland in the top of the 8th inning, 5-3. Detroit leading Chicago 6-1, bottom of the 4th. Full count to the leadoff man in the 6th. And a breaking pitch drilled to right. Another leadoff base runner for the A's. 4th inning in a row where they've gotten their leadoff man aboard.
That was good hitting by Donaldson. That was a fastball away that he just went with it after striking out a couple times.
How impressive has Josmil Pinto been so far? Tyler Mason takes a look at the hot-hitting rookie catcher and how he fits into the Twins' future at FoxSportsNorth.com. Jed Lowry's hit the ball in the air twice, once to center, once in foul ground, caught by Plouffe. Off the plate, ball 1.
Bullpen for the Twins starting to loosen up out there. Guys stirring around, a couple guys throwing. Four pitches for Liam.
Swing and a miss.
Good change up there.
One and one. Two and one.
Josh Renicky, Caleb Thielbar warming up.
Two and one to Lowry and a swing and a miss. 2-2. When Hendricks outpitched Yu Darvish, and that's what he did on that night in Arlington, Texas. He gave up a couple of runs in the first 4 innings, completed 6, and then the Twins hit a couple of home runs against Darvish, and the Twins won the ball game.
Yeah, Liam gave up 1 home run, not to Profar, in that 3-2 win.
Lifted foul and out of play.
I remember that ball game, watching it, because he was basically out of the ball game, and then the Twins took the lead.
Herman hit a home run. Pitch number 89 coming up. Nobody out here in the 6th. Got him. Stuck a 91-mile-per-hour fastball over the inside corner. 1 away.
Yeah, good fastball there. Good location. Pinto sitting inside. And Hendricks tying a career high with the 6th strikeout. Pinto holding that ball for a split second.
Bringing the glove down just a little bit as he snatched it out of the air. Brandon Moss. twice against Hendricks, and he takes ball one. Swing and a miss. For a long time, the Angels ruled the roost in the American League West. Texas, Seattle, and now Houston, of course, in rebuilding phases. This Oakland story has been a remarkable one, and Bob Melvin deserves an awful lot of credit. A's don't have the biggest payroll in the world. Their attendance not as good as it should be for the product that's been on the field.
Melvin, in his second season as a manager of the Oakland A's, he also managed in Seattle and also Arizona.
1-2 to Brandon Moss. Hit him. To come in and get the same pitch he did to Lowry, but he came in too far and clipped Moss. Second hit batter, first and second, one down. That'll bring up Cespedes.
I see Pinto sitting inside the ball, getting the right arm of Moss.
Cespedes was hit by a pitch, the first pitch of the fifth inning, and then a few pitches later, Callaspo hit his home run, and the A's took the lead. Cespedes again, the batting average down, 237, but it's been climbing.
He had 292 last year when he was second in the American League in the Rookie of the Year voting behind Mike Trout.
I don't remember. I certainly hope he did not get any first place votes. Trout had overwhelmingly.
Which he should have.
Yeah. One strike.
But Cespedes hit 292, hit 23 home runs, drove in 82 runs. Not a bad rookie season for the young man from Cuba.
Strikes. That's where Hendricks had Moss before he hit him. Hendricks got a ground ball double play to wrap up the third inning. Activity in the bullpen. The Thielbar is warmed up. 2 strikes to Cespedes. To left. It's a base hit, rounding third. Donaldson being waved home. Willingham's throw to the plate, not in time. And it's 3-1 Oakland.
Yeah, breaking ball right there. Cespedes hits it softly in front of Willingham, picking up an RBI. The ball stayed up right here. You can see it just kind of hung right there, right off the end of the bat. Creates that soft line drive base hit. And Mike Diego, the third base coach, sending Donaldson in.
The end of the road for Hendricks. 5 1/3 innings in the ball game, and now the A's have added another run, 2 in the 5th, 1 so far in the 6th. And Callaspo, who homered against Hendricks, won't have another chance against him in the 6th inning with Caleb Thielbar coming in. chasing success for the other guys.
Well, there's a lot of things that, you almost look like he started to tire a little bit. First time through the order, he was 7 of 9 as far as first pitch strikes, but since the second time through and into this inning, 6 of 14, falling behind in the count. And when you're not overpowering, you have to work ahead in the count.
And so, as they did last night, the Twins will rely on the bullpen to put up some zeros in the hopes they can cover up this 2-run deficit. And the first man out of the pen, Caleb Thielbar.
Yeah, Thielbar coming in, making his 42nd relief appearance. He pitched here on Saturday. He gave up a home run, a 3-run home run to Adam Lind in the Twins' 11-2 loss. One of only a handful of bad outings that Thielbar has had.
Now Callaspo will hit from the right side. He clubbed a 2-run home run from the left side in the 5th.
Callaspo is a right-handed hitter, hitting .308.
First pitch, hook foul, strike. Because the Twins have not faced Oakland before tonight. Neither has Thielbar, and so we'll be interested to see how Thielbar fares here in his first exposure to this Oakland lineup.
Yeah, you saw the numbers on Callaspo, the .274. That's throughout the season. We only get the numbers as an Oakland A, but good hitter from both sides of the plate.
At the end of the bat, foul again. Callaspo's in an 0-2 hole.
Callaspo, 30 years old, came up with the Diamondbacks, also spent time with the Royals and then the Angels, and then again getting traded over on July 30th to the A's.
Two strikes, Thielbar to Callaspo. Fly ball center field. Presley goes back. Both runners will try to tag. Cespedes trying for second, and he is out. A perfect throw from Presley.
Base running mistake.
Cespedes tried to advance. Presley with a one-hop strike that ends the inning. Deep center field position. He was able to come up with a strong throw. Our Pepsi fans of the game brothers beating up on each other at the ballpark.
No bullying.
You got to wear the hat that you brought, I suppose. Twins down by a couple runs now, and Oswaldo Arcia will lead things off in the 6th. Arcia with a bouncer to second and a strikeout.
5 innings for Parker, 79 pitches, 49 strikes.
Middle of the Twins lineup, Arcia, Doman, and Willingham against Parker. First pitch, called strike. Very high, 1-1. What the A's have is the envy of certainly the Twins and a lot of other teams. They've got a 5-man rotation, and all 5 are capable of pitching a good ball game. There was a time not that long ago the Twins had that. It was a high fly to right center field. And that ball is gone into the second deck. Arcia cranks one a long way, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
Well, it's been a month, as I mentioned in his last at-bat, between home runs, but Arcia showing off his power there. His 11th home run of the year. And it's a 3-2 ball game. That was almost like a Jim Thome home run. Ball up. Ball just kept going.
Down and in, ball 1 to Ryan Doman. Doman with a bouncer to second, a fly ball to left. That skips by Callaspo, and Doman will reach on a probable hit.
Well, you'd like to see your infielder get in front of that ball right there. He tried to play it off to the side, and the ball skipped by Callaspo. Another look at Arcia's strength.
They do give Doman a base hit, and they give Arcia a home run.
And they should, maybe 2.
Willingham, the batter, a home run, and a little number between the mound and third base, and Parker did a nice job covering it and throwing him out. Inside, ball 1. An important run for the Twins. They gave one away here in the top of the 6th inning. They didn't give it away, but Hendricks apparently fatiguing, giving one up. Thielbar ended up getting 2 outs on 1 pitch. The Twins answer right away with another home run. Tying run at first, nobody out. 2-0. Parker, who had a perfect trip through the Twins order the second time, gave up a hit to Presley, walked Pinto. Got Dozier to end the inning, but now a home run and a single. Third time through the order, the Twins have 3 hits and a walk through 5 plate appearances. 2-0 to Willingham. 3-0. No team has beaten Parker since, well, put it in Minnesota terms, right after the Minnesota Fishing Open.
They see Lefty Grove since 2020 went through a 21-game stretch where he didn't lose. Parker in that 18-game stretch.
3-0 to Willingham. Took a strike.
Willingham again, good career numbers against the Oakland A's in now 36 at-bats. He has 6 home runs. Came into the game hitting .382 against the Oakland A's pitching staff.
Ball 4. Doman will go to second, tying run at second with nobody out. Plouffe coming to the plate.
Second walk of the ball game for Parker.
Melvin looking at his bullpen. Phone is ringing out there.
Well, I got 11 pitchers out there.
Yeah.
The bullpen.
5 lefties and 6 righties. 33 players active for the A's as they begin this series. Plouffe with a couple of ground balls to second. Big at bat here for Trevor, who's been one of Minnesota's hottest hitters. A chance to do some damage. First baseman Barton is playing in on the grass. Expecting a possible bunt. There's a chance in 100 that Trevor Plouffe is bunting here?
No. Need a double.
Strike on the outside corner. Third baseman Donaldson's playing about even with the bag. Trevor with most of his hits going to left or center field. Maybe they figure he's not going to push one through the right side of the infield anyway. High, 1-1. Blevins, a left-hander, and Carroll, the right-hander. Toward the hole, should be 2. And there'll be no throw. They do get a force at second. Callaspo ruled to be on the bag, even though the shortstop Sogard's throw nearly pulled him off the bag. 1, but not 2. The tying run at third.
Yeah, it looked like Callaspo had a little trouble getting that ball out. It wasn't the best of throw towards second base. Sogard throw a little bit on the infield side, but Callaspo deciding to hold on to that ball.
Big at bat now for Chris Parmelee. One of the reasons Parmelee was sent down, he really struggled in situations like this. 244 at bats coming into the game today, and just 20 runs batted in. The A's will play the infield back, hoping for a ground ball, but one of the issues for Parmelee, of course, has been contact. He's singled and bounced to first here tonight. And low, ball 1. Subway in-game box score and a couple of home runs for the Twins to account for their 2 runs.
The Twins will take another single right here by Parmelee.
Fly ball to the outfield.
How about a 3-run home run?
2-0. Start of the inning, down a couple. Arcia pumping a 438-foot home run. Doman at third, representing the tying run with 1 away. It's foul, 2-1. It's been a problem area for the Twins.
Well, it's a bottom one right there, hitting only .229 with runners in scoring position. 27th in Major League Baseball.
Team batting average on the season .242. But you really notice it when you don't get a hit in situations like this. And then, too, the lack of productive outs. Here, Parmelee, if he can lift a fly ball deep enough to the outfield, he can have a productive out and a run batted in. 2-1. 3-1. Florimone on deck. No walks through 4 innings, or for 2 trips through the batting order. There's already been a couple of them. The 3rd time through the order. 3-1 to Parmelee. Ball 4. They're loaded. 3rd time through the order, the Twins have 3 hits and 3 walks in 8 plate appearances. And here comes Bob Melvin. Haven't seen a signal yet to the bullpen.
A lot of times a pitching coach will come out in this situation, but Melvin, I'm sure, asking Parker how he's feeling. A little game strategy with his infield.
Parker may have talked his way into staying in the game.
I don't think Melvin had any indication that he was going to make a change. I think he went out there for a purpose, just to get him focused and talk to his infielders about maybe getting a possible double play.
Florimon has slapped a single to left and lifted a fly ball to left. Big spot for Pedro Florimon. Bases loaded and 1 out. At the knees, a strike. As contact has been an issue for Parmelee, so too for Florimon, who struck out 101 times this year. Strike 2. Fastball at the knees, fastball over the inside corner. Now Florimon will hope to make contact.
This is the this is how you make these young kids get better. Is let them pitch through situations like this. It's Parker's game to win or lose right here. That's what Bob Melvin, I'm sure, told him.
Florimon fouls it off his front leg.
A little cutter right there.
Parker had a dangerous situation, if you will, in the 5th inning. The Twins got a 2-out single and a 2-out walk, and he struck out Dozier on a changeup. Two to Pedro Florimon. Right at the second baseman. And an inning-ending double play. Callasco to Sogard to Parton. The Twins get 1, but that's it in the 6th. One-run game.
Well, Liam Hendriks had 3 very good innings, but then I'm going to say he just kind of ran out of gas in the 5th and 6th inning, started leaving some balls up. Willingham giving him an early 1-0 lead. That's with his 13th home run, a solo home run in the 2nd. But Callasco hitting a 2-run home run in the 5th inning off of Hendriks. And then with the A's up 3-1, Arcia just hits a bomb. For a home run, his 11th of the year. That's a 3-2 ball game.
with the A's on top.
Bottom third of the A's lineup in the 7th. It'll be Barton, Vogt, and Sogard facing Caleb Thielbar. Came in to get Kiasmo. He did that. And Thielbar picks it off. Right before it hit the mound, 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, good reaction. You know, left-hander, you're going to follow through toward that third base line, and Thielbar just kind of put his glove down. Take a look right here. Nice play. Good reaction. And pitchers are the best athlete on the field. Haven't said that in a while, have I?
No. I got a dissenting opinion, of course, when I worked with Ron Coomer and Roy Smalley.
Of course. They weren't pitchers.
Even Tom Kelly.
They gave Terry Steinbach's number away, number 36.
Yeah, Derek Norris is going to hit for Stephen Vogt. A move you can make in September with the reinforcements on the roster. Probably wouldn't make a move like this in the first 5 months of the year. Outside ball one.
Yeah, Norris in his 2nd season with the Oakland A's.
We said it last year, when even before Terry was a part of the Twins coaching staff, that it didn't seem right that someone, a catcher too, wearing number 36 for Oakland. Wearing number 36 for the Twins now. Two 2-0. Three 3-0. Sogard on deck. Boston beat Tampa Bay 2-0 behind Clay Buchholz and a good bullpen. 88th win of the year for Boston. Most in the major leagues. And a strike call. Tampa tied with the Rangers at the start of play for the wild card lead. And you've got Baltimore and Cleveland, the Yankees and Kansas City. Foul back 3-2. The birthday boy, turning 28 today, Anthony Swarzak is warming up. Sean Doolittle warming up in the Oakland pen. 3-2. Derek Norris. All back. Not that everything is resolved in the National League, but you've got the 3 division leaders, and then Pittsburgh and Cincinnati have a huge lead in the wild card race. Washington, the 3rd place wild card team, they're 7 games back. So the National League playoff field, the 5 teams, might be pretty well set. Here's a pop up to left. Willingham comes in, and out number 2. The video game that puts you in the owner's suite is now available free on iPhone and iPad. Build your ballpark, make the decisions to guide your team to the World Series. Download MLB Ballpark Empire free today. Data and usage rates may apply. There are markets where the owner does kind of get involved in the personnel decisions. That's not the case here in Minnesota, but I think we just saw a team come through here, the Angels, where owner Artie Moreno's been very active in signing particular free agents. 1-0 to Sogard. Here, a budget is set. The general manager makes all the personnel decisions, and if he decides he wants to go out and spend money on a free agent that's beyond what the budget might call for, then discussions are made. I think that's generally the way it works in baseball.
Well, Dick, I think, in Anaheim, what they're competing against is that marketplace up in L.A. with, Magic Johnson and his group brought in a lot of money, and
they created that high payroll. And Arte Moreno, he said, hey, I've got to match that. They go out and sign Hamilton. That didn't work out. Pujols has struggled.
The middle of base hit for Eric Sogard with 2 out in the 7th.
Yeah, he's out for the year, but I think they forgot one thing down in Anaheim. You need pitching.
Yeah.
They have all the offense you want, but Jared Weaver can't do it himself.
What do you think of Weaver, by the way?
I think definitely the velocity was good. Throwing a lot of off-speed stuff.
I left the ballpark last night thinking, my goodness, the crispness of the fastball, whatever.
He was always like 90 to 93 range,
right.
And I think we had him clocked one time at 89.
Yeah.
A lot of change-ups.
Coco Crisp with 2 outs in the 7th.
But still, he kept the club in the game. 6 innings, only allowed 3 runs. And got a no decision. The Twins won 6-3.
Up and away, ball 1. Chris 1 for 3, stole a base in the 4th.
Yeah, now hitting as a right-handed hitter, where he has struggled this year as a right-handed hitter, hitting only 199.
And a strike 1-1. I guess through baseball recent history, mainly through free agency, I guess whenever an owner tries to be a general manager, it almost always never works. Baltimore went through that for years. The Orioles owner, Mr. Angelos, very active in deciding which players to go out into the market and buy. A long way, but foul.
Well, you go back to the Atlanta Braves with Ted Turner. When he tried to buy a championship, it didn't pan out.
Then he finally hired John Schuerholz and let him handle the personnel decisions, and the Braves took off. It worked in New York with Mr. Steinbrenner and some shrewd general managing. 1-2. Coco Crisp, Thielbar trying to wrap up business here in the 7th. Bouncer to second. Dozier has it. Flipping to Florimon, and that ends the 7th inning. Good inning for Thielbar, and the bullpen, specifically Thielbar, getting the job done so far tonight.
Telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
A's going to their bullpen. Doolittle coming in for the 64th time.
Yeah, Doolittle, hard-throwing left-hander that signed with the Oakland A's, their #1 pick back in 2007 out of the University of Virginia. He was a position player. just started, it didn't pan out as far as unable to hit. They made him into a pitcher in 2011, and he's done a pretty good job out of that bullpen. Norris staying in the ball game and catching. Doolittle.
Top of the Twins order, Alex Presley, Josmil Pinto, and Brian Dozier here in the 7th. Presley with a couple of hits, both singles, flared into left field. Strike call. Caught funny by Norris, but he still got the call. And over the inside corner, 0-2.
Well, Bob Melvin going out and giving Parker that opportunity to get out Florimon, and Florimon hit into the double play. So he's the pitcher of record. He can only get a win. So it would be 19 straight outings for Parker without a loss. See if the Twins can give him a no decision.
Oh, wicked one hopper hit right at Donaldson. And Presley just barely retired at first. Presley hit the ball sharply, and Donaldson has fielded everything hit to him. Hitting that one-hop smash, it ran right up into his chest.
That's a nice play by Donaldson, but I think we also saw the speed of Presley getting out of that batter's box. He made it a bang-bang play as hard as he hit that ball. Donaldson getting that first hop and then sets himself up, and good throw across the diamond. Presley almost beat it out.
We talked about Colabello with a nice stretch at first. How about Barton here? Really with the butterfly stretch.
Yeah, we've seen Barton do that over at first base. He's a good defensive first baseman. He's been in the minor leagues up and down 10 years because of the offensive side.
Ball 1 to Pinto. And a strike call. Doolittle equally good against righties and lefties. Pinto 4 for 9 against left-handed pitching so far. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Muttering to himself. Missed a belt-high fastball. He hasn't missed many of those since he got called up. 1-2. Doolittle to Pinto. Got him again. 94 miles per hour, letter high, and Pinto for the first time has struck out twice in a game.
Yeah, a couple times. He struck out in the 3rd inning on a high fastball from Parker, and here again chasing a fastball up in the strike zone and unable to catch up to it. Doolittle picks up his first strikeout.
Dozier looking for his first hit, a couple of ground balls to third and a strikeout. In the dirt, ball 1. Strike call. Dozier on the season hitting .333 against left-handed pitching. The problem has been against righties, where he's only hitting .219. 1-1. Bounced foul. Breaking pitch, and it's 1-2. One and 2 to Brian Dozier. A fastball got him at 94. And Doolittle cuts through the top of the Twins order in the 7th.
like my voice in singing. But
and you don't like my voice either.
But happy birthday, Anthony Swarzak, his 28th birthday. And one thing Anthony's done, you can see he leads all of Major League Baseball relievers with 88 1/3 innings. Making his 42nd relief appearance. He last worked Friday against the Blue Jays, 2 shutout innings. Very good earned run average at 2.85. And what we have now is 2 very good bullpens, Dick. You know, both of them coming in combined 3.21 ERA for the Twins and the Oakland A's. Cale Thielbar did his job, an inning and 2/3, no runs allowed. Saw Doolittle come in, strike out 2 of the 3.
Swarzak, our CenturyLink link to what's next, our second reliever of the night for the Twins. They'll face Josh Donaldson, Jed Lowry, and Brandon Moss.
Where the A's have the advantage, of course, is the starting staff. The starters for the Twins combined 4.99 ERA. A's starters 3.77.
Donaldson singled and scored in the 6th. It was the 3rd Oakland run, and that is the deciding run at this point. First pitch, a breaking pitch, lifted into left center. Presley has it marked. 1 down. Now we've got some baseball to play, but an amazing stat for the A's, and I guess winning teams do this. The Orioles did it last year. A's are tremendous in 1-run ball games. They're 27 and 18 in 1-run games. And Bob Melvin, that the A's can, now that they've gotten clear of the Rangers by a couple games, and stay on top. Brad Balfour, the closer for the A's, former Twin. Ryan Cook warming up as we speak.
Yeah, Twins are 21 and 22 in 1-run games.
1-1. Lowry 0 for 3, call out on strikes his last time up. So Swarzak's 10th year in the Twins organization. He was with the Twins 5.5 years before he got a chance in 2009. Spent all of 2010 back in Rochester.
He was a Twins #2 pick back in 2004 out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Nova High School.
Driven foul. Kansas City beat Cleveland 6-3. Yankees beat the Orioles 7-5. Detroit leading the White Sox 7-1. And the Pirates leading the Rangers 4-1, bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss. Lowry strikes out for the 2nd time, 2 down in the 8th. Jamie Hirsch has more on the birthday boy, Anthony Swarzak.
Yes, Dick, well, you mentioned it is his 28th birthday today, and that's one of our 3 things you need to know about Anthony Swarzak, born on this day in 1985. Another thing, he actually believes in Bigfoot, and he's serious about this. He says he is a full Sasquatcher, and all he wants to do is go look for Bigfoot. I think he is saying that tongue-in-cheek, but still pretty interesting. And the final thing, he really enjoys fishing and golfing in the off-season. That is when he is not finding Bigfoot, or at least searching for him.
Well, I found Bigfoot in Pittsburgh. John Candelaria, size 16 shoes. There's a guy in Milwaukee, Pete Ladd, had like 18 shoes.
Really?
Oh, huge. Never looked him in the eye, you just looked at his shoes. Wow, some big shoes.
2 strikes.
So yeah, I'm trying to fill him. That could be Bigfoot. 26,017 here tonight.
2 strikes to the batter.
Do you believe in Bigfoot, Dick?
I don't. Check swing, no swing. In this day and age, I mean, everything is captured on video. Everything is.
He's a good hider. You have to give him credit for that.
If he existed, or if they existed,
What do you think?
Somebody would have it. Somebody would have. Well,
then they're big foots.
Big feet. Have to allow if this myth is going to continue.
If there's more than one Bigfoot, is that big foots or big feet?
Big feet.
That's only one, feet.
And you can't call them a him because there have to be.
You don't know.
There'd have to be more than one for reproductive purposes. Come on.
Night for the Twins with runners in scoring position, and that's one thing we will take a closer look at in Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. We will also assess Liam Hendriks' outing tonight. Pretty good overall, but gave up a big 2-run home run earlier to put the Twins down. And we'll also go inside the clubhouse. Hear Ron Gardenhire's thoughts after the game. Dick and Bert.
All right, thank you, Jamie. An exciting finish here. It's a 1-run ball game. Arcia made it such. A solo home run leading off the 6th. Now he'll lead off the 8th against Doolin. Arcia hitting .268 against lefties, 7 extra base hits and 97 at bats. Slow breaking ball. And a hard smash under Cayaspo's glove, and Arcia starts the 8th inning with a single. Second ball that has skipped past Cayaspo at second base.
Yeah, I remember Domet in the 6th inning hit the ball sharply, and Cayaspo played it off to the side, and that ball he tried to just knock down, but it got through in the right field.
It's taking Arcia out of the ball game. Doug Bernier's going to run for him. Excuse me, Cleve Thomas. It's Thomas the pinch runner. Will probably take over in right field. Domet 1 for 3 as a left-handed batter, now hitting from the right side. Domet hitting much better from this side of the plate, and now has a couple of home runs as a right-handed batter. Hit one in Houston on the last road trip. 9th inning blast that tied the game. Strike at the knees. With the designated hitter, and Doolittle with 1 strike. Foul. Now 2 strikes. Doolittle did in the 7th inning. He pretty much worked over Pinto and Dozier with high fastballs. And he got strike 1 at the knees, ran strike 2 a little bit above the belt. See what Domet can get done here, and an 0-2 hole. Right up the ladder.
Straight over the top, 6'3", 210.
Doolittle picking up his 3rd strikeout.
Bob Melvin to the mound. And Melvin going to make a move here with the tying run at first and 1 out. Josh Willingham will face a right-hander with the Twins down a run.
Twitter poll. Which of the September call-ups are you most intrigued to watch? And a majority of people said Chris Parmelee at 34%. Scott Diamond, who will be pitching here on Thursday, 1/3 of the vote. We will have the final results for you tomorrow night.
Eduardo Escobar and Parmelee both called up after the Rochester season ended. While Ron Gardenhire doesn't have an answer for every substitution the A's could make, they've got 33 players. Ryan Cook comes in out of the Oakland bullpen here with the tying run at first and 1 out.
Ryan Cook, kind of one of those setup guys in the 8th inning for Grant Belfour, their closer. He was an all-star last year for the Oakland A's out of that bullpen and having another solid year, 2.04 earned run average. Willingham, as I mentioned earlier, good numbers against the Oakland A's. And he hit a 6th career home run against the Oakland A's. That back in the 2nd inning gave the Twins a 1-0 lead at the time.
And if you're thinking, well, this would be a nice spot for one, and that's certainly true, Cook has only given up 1 home run all year long. Thomas at first, 1 away. Down and in, ball 1.
Ryan Cook, 26 years old. He came over from the Diamondbacks in that same trade that brought Jared Parker over, the starter. So Trevor Cahill.
Side 2-0. Good things happen to relief pitchers. If you don't walk many people and don't give up any home runs, you can put up good numbers, and that's what Cook has done in each case. Just the 1 home run allowed and 18 walks in over 60 innings.
I saw the first pitch that was called a ball.
A high drive to deep left field, and Willingham puts the Twins in front.
Well, you kind of come back and do some ugly things against your former teammates and organization. Josh Willingham, a 2-run home run. And for Ryan Cook, as you mentioned it, only the 2nd home run he's allowed this year.
A tremendous blast into the 2nd level.
That fastball middle in. And Josh knew it as soon as he hit it. We're up by 1.
Willingham, who got a couple of days off, steps back into the lineup and hits 2 tape measure jobs. That'll get Glenn Perkins warmed up in a hurry. The Twins with a lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Willingham admiring it on the big screen here.
Well, that was a blast.
All 4 Twins runs tonight, scoring on home runs. And Plouffe takes a breaking ball over, strike 1. Chopper left side, cut off by Donaldson. Throws low, and Barton on the backhand side digs it out, 2 down.
Second time this season that Willingham has had a 2 home run game. He did it in Detroit back in the middle of May.
Willingham with 2 home runs, Arcia with 1. And Parmalee the batter, a single, a bounce out, and a walk. Outside, ball 1. You could see as Norris set up his target, he wanted it down and away, and Cook missed the target by at least a foot inside. And how many times this year have we said of Josh, well, he missed his pitch? He didn't miss that.
No, he did not.
1-1.
We saw Anthony Swarzak as Perkins gets up on his 28th birthday and say, okay, guys, give me a win. I'd like that. That would be a nice birthday gift.
Short of visual evidence of Bigfoot existing, it's got to be right up there. Pinto is a catcher, getting to know his relief pitcher. One and 2 to Parmalee. Two and 2. And foul. Willingham's biggest home run against Oakland came last year, a 3-run home run against Brian Fuentes, a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th here. He got the save last night. It was a 3-run lead last night. Might be just 1 run tonight. Fouled off his front leg. Two and 2 to Chris Parmalee. His inning set up with Arcia's base hit against Doolittle. Oh, C.B. Buckner.
Yeah, he flinched.
He flinched. Everything reacted to the pitch except the right arm.
You gotta stay and watch Buckner's reaction right here. Okay. Little outside.
Full count. And there's ball 4.
Second time that Parmalee has walked.
That was a good plate appearance there by Parmalee. Bob Melvin's going to come out and make a move with Florimone ready to hit next. And it'll be another left-handed reliever. Jerry Blevins who will come in to pitch to Florimone. Twins have turned the game around here in the 8th on a Willingham home run. who like to go hunting, the first 10,000 fans will pick up a blaze orange camo cap, kind of like the one on the guy on the right, only blaze orange. Presented by Pepsi. You can get tickets by calling 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com/tickets. Good thing to have when you're pheasant hunting, or if it's warm enough, deer hunting. You don't need yours.
Get me one of those for down in Florida in case I hit a ball in the woods.
Now, you're the last guy I know of who still uses those orange golf balls. That orange cap would look really nice.
And with my pink balls too.
Moving on, Pedro Florimon hitting here with a runner at first and 2 down.
Well, Blevins coming in, hard throwing left here, making his 60th relief appearance. 53 innings pitched, only 44 hits allowed. 16 walks, 2 intentional, with 47 strikeouts.
Florimon a single and 3 trips as a left-handed batter hit into an inning-ending and threat-killing double play his last time up, 2-0. Teams look at stats, especially in this situation. The A's haven't seen the Twins. They just look at the stat sheet. Florimon a much better hitter from the left side than the right side. But his average from the right side has been increasing, and his average from the left side has been decreasing. He's actually, I think it's safe to say, over the last month or so, been a better hitter from the right side of the plate than the left. It's just it was so warped and imbalanced for the first 3-4 months of the year. 2-0. Little roller to short. And that ends the 8th inning. But what an inning it was. Arcia started the inning with a single, and Willingham turned this game completely upside down with his 2nd home run of the night. Home runs for the Twins tonight, 2 for Josh Willingham, 140 for the team. They've actually now hit more home runs than they have allowed. And the Twins have a 1-run lead. Glenn Perkins asked to protect it in the 9th.
Yeah, 3rd straight outing for Glenn Perkins. He worked here Sunday against the Toronto Blue Jays in a 2-0 loss through 22 pitches. Yesterday, picked up his 33rd save against the Angels in the 6-3 win through 22 pitches. And making his 57th relief appearance overall, looking for save number 34.
Perkins has never saved a game against the A's. We'll have an opportunity to do that here tonight. Cespedes, Callaspo, and Barton scheduled to hit. Cespedes drove in the third run with a single his last time up. Driven to right center field. Lee Thomas is out there. One down.
Gotta love that. After 44 pitches over the last couple days on the main field, Perkins gets one out on one pitch.
That'll bring up Callaspo.
Second baseman, Alfredo Callaspo.
Perkins wants a different baseball. Pirates have increased their lead to 5-2 over Texas in the ninth inning. Callaspo takes one down the middle of strike.
Again, the Oakland A's come into this ball game with a 2-game lead in the Western Division over the Texas Rangers.
Perkins cranks one to the backstop, 1-1. One and one to Callaspo. Foul back, 1-2. 3 fastballs to Callaspo, each one at 95 miles per hour.
And it's a fluid 95, 96 that Perk can get up there. And then that hard breaking ball.
And he left it out over the plate and got a foul back.
When Perk gets those strikeouts, he creates that angle. That ball's spayed up a little bit. A lot of times that breaking ball will end up in the back right foot of that hitter. So he swings through it just like that.
Left one over the plate and it got fouled back. And Callaspo had no chance on that biting slider, 2 down.
Oh, this is a great pitch right here. Again, watch. You got to, at least right there. Pinto does a good job staying on top of that ball, creating that angle.
Pinch hitter will be Fryman, Nate Fryman, who will hit for Derek Barton. Fryman takes a fastball down the middle, a strike.
Fryman just getting called up in his rookie season.
And their top pinch hitter. This is his 20th at bat as a pinch hitter. He's 4 for 19. Foul, 2 strikes. % of the wins have been comeback wins. Not all of them, obviously, as dramatically as this with a late home run by Willingham. 0-2 to Fryman. High.
And it's really has to be high on this guy. He's 6'8".
He's haven't had somebody this tall since Dave King. 1-2. Struck him out. And the Twins take the opener against the A's.
Well, great night at the plate for 2 Twins. Arcia hitting a home run, but Josh Willingham with 2 home runs, a solo and a 2-run home run. There's a final strikeout right there for Perkins. Picks up his 38th save of the year. And happy birthday to Anthony Swarzak. He's the winner.
Anthony LaPanta. Doesn't seem to make any difference who the Twins play out of the American League West. They finally get a look at Oakland and a nice dramatic come from behind win against the A's.
Twins now 11 games over 500 against the AL West. We'll look at a big night from Josh Willingham, how the bullpen came through, and hear from Gardy on Twins Live.